Send the link out there one as well, yeah. All right, Shalom. With the I.S.U.P.K started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding General YAHANNA. And this is the Monday class, Monday history. Every Monday we have history class, usually done by myself. Tuesday is the Brotherhood class, usually by Officer Shamgar, 7 to 9, 394 Large Road, B18, 5 PW. Wednesday class is a law class. We teach the laws at the I.S.U.P.K, man, free of charge. Let me tell you something, black man. We are on the bottom. Why? Because of the laws that we broke, man. So you make sure you tune into Wednesday class so you can keep them same laws that we broke in the past. Them same laws that ended us up in Brixton. The same laws that we broke that ended us up in Masside. We teach them laws free of charge, man. So make sure you watch Tuesday, powerful class, Wednesday, powerful class, and also scripture breakdown class, man. Scripture breakdown class, which is every Thursday, 7 to 9 in Birmingham, B18, 5 PW, man. Make sure you watch that class. Anything you've been reading in the week and you don't understand it, or even if it's one light shed it on that, what's the light shed it on some people reading
Salaki, I don't can't hear you. I'm not sure if it's just me or if it's the feed's gone, the voice.
So can you hear me now?
Yeah, it's a bit chipping in and out, but I can hear you now. Like before, I couldn't hear you at all.
Okay, 1 second. Check it. Give me a second. It could be okay.
Yeah, that sounds better now.
Much better?
Yeah, that sounds good now. Yeah.
Okay, stuck at the back. Get some volume as well. Can't do it up one. Yeah, so make sure you bring your questions, man, to Thursday class, man. Thursday, 7 to 9. And it's good because you might think you're only getting your question answered, but everyone gets edified of your question, man. Loads of people that might be thinking the same thing that's too scared to ask. You got the courage to ask, and guess what? They get edified and they get the understanding because of what you asked, man. So make sure you ask them questions, type them in the chat, man. It don't have to be on topic, it can be on topic, off topic. Also, make sure you put your name in for attendance, man. Do your 90 days, get yourself a Hebrew name, come and work your way up in the ranks of the I.S.U.P.K, man. If you watch Fridays on the end, Dungabar got some rank, man. The glorious day, man. Damn near tears in my eyes, man. And that could be you, man. All you got, but guess what? You got to do what Dungabar did. Or what did Dungabar do? Put his name in the chat. Done his 90 days. Wore his all black. Got his Hebrew name. Passed his officers and troopers test, man. And that's how Officer Dungabar got rank on Friday, man. For that same reason. You got to do the same thing. There's one way in the I.S.U.P.K, man. And all of us have done it. None of us is, special than another brother. We all committed the exact same way. We all went through the same fire. We all went through the same hurt, the same pain, man. You see brothers in the all black. One time I had my all black on, man. You see brothers doing the 90 days. One day I had my 90 days. You see brothers with oil on their head getting anointed. I got that too, man. Down to the highest general in the school, man. We all came in the same way, man. So that's how you get ranked in the UPK. So anyway, we're going to go on the history of the Metropolitan Police, man. The Metropolitan Police that you see today that harass black people and stop and frisk black people. And black people, they killed Mark Duggan, killed Vashal and Charles, man. We're going to show you where they came from. You know what I mean? They came from a man whose father used to own slaves, man. His name was called Robert Poole. Robert Poole II, man. And his father owned slaves. And guess what? This man ran for prime minister 2 times in the UK, man. Longest reigning prime minister in the UK. And this man owned slaves, man. And he came up with something called what? The Metropolitan Police Force. Before that, they were called the magistrates, man. Before that, they had neighborhood watches. And this racist man started an organization to catch criminals. And they own slaves, man. So you can't be surprised when police kill black men in the streets, man. Because the organization was started by a man that hated black people, man. Now, listen, if your house gets burgled, call the police, man. Don't be stupid. Call the police. Don't be like, well, I watched Karafi's class, man. I didn't want to call the police. Don't be silly, man. You better call the police, man. But listen, when situations happen where the police stop and frisk black people, they shoot Cherry Gross in their spine and cripple her, they kill Rashad and Charles, we know why, man. We ain't surprised, man. Once upon a time in the 60s, white people calling black people coon and gollywogs, man. And what happened? The orders disappeared. The orders dissolved into space. They're still here, man. They're still here, but now guess what? Now they don't wear hoods, man. They don't have skinheads no more, man. They don't dress like teddy boys, man. They dress in blue uniforms, man. They dress in suits and ties, man. They're just blended into society. So you're telling me, let me tell you something. In the 60s, yeah, there was people calling you darky and gollywog and get back on the jam jar, and they had children, and so they hated black people. They taught their children to hate black people also, man. So where's them children? Them children just changed their mind and I love black people now. They're still about, man. They're still about, man. Them children are the lawyers of today, man. The doctors, the people that you work with, the people you see every day, man. But guess what? They keep it quiet, man. They keep it nice and quiet. And you don't know. And you feel, oh, I love white people. They're a nice set of people, man. Oh, they're lovely people, man. Until one day Rashad Charles dies. And you're like, oh my God, what happened? What happened? I didn't know England was racist like this. I didn't know this could happen. Because that racist man is still there, man. But guess what? He don't have a skinhead no more. He don't have a punk jacket and teddy boys and the platforms no more, man. He's a lawyer now. And now he don't hate black people by calling them coon and gollywog. He hates them by giving them 30 years in jail, man. He hates them by locking them up and stopping frisking them, man. He's more smarter than his grandparents were, man. He's way more smarter than his grandparents. And you feel, oh, they don't exist no more. They're all dissolved out. They all had a change of heart. They also, you know what? In fact, them black people ain't too bad, you know. Nah, man. Nah, man. You feel, the black people ain't too bad. They're still there, man. That racist man that stops and frisks you for no reason, man. Touching up your balls and stuff, man. Talking about, yo, you got any weapons in here? In front of your woman, in front of your kids, man. Just bothering you, pulling you over saying they can smell weed, and you don't even smoke weed, man. Pulling you over, asking for your license and registration, and then when you find out that everything's clean, he's upset, man. He's upset because he wanted to lock somebody up. I thought the police's job was to do their job. If you're clean, you're clean. If you're not, you're not. I'm just doing my job. Ain't that what they tell us? I'm just doing my job. So if you're just doing your job, why are you upset, man? Why are you upset? I thought you're just doing it. If you were just doing your job, if I'm clean, you let me go. If I'm not clean, you lock me up. Either way, you're doing what your job asked you to do. But when me and Prasha got searched years ago and the policeman found out I had a license, he was upset, man. Didn't give me no paperwork. He said, just go. Like, fuck, just get my sight, man. You remember the one? He was upset, man. What are you upset for? It seems like you came out here on this hot sunny day to lock a nigga up, man. I thought you was doing your job. I thought there was no feelings involved, no emotions involved. You're just doing what your boss told you to do, man. Evidently not, man. Policeman pulled me over, man. Listen, I just bought a whip, man. So I'm in my teens. So I'm driving, nice hot day, man. We're ripping these roads up, driving, going crazy. And the police van's in front of us, man. We're clean as a whistle, man. We're clean as a whistle. These police are used to black men seeing them and sweating and turning the music down and keeping the back straight. Not us, man. We're clean like what the Bible says, man. And we overtook them police, man. And the police looked at us like, who the hell these niggas think they are? They ain't scared of us, ain't flinched, man. And they pulled us over, man. I said, yo, you got a license on you? Nah, I don't have a license on me, man. Told them straight, man. I go, yo, listen, you better run me through the system. I don't need to walk with no license, man. You want to verify who I am, you go do that, man. And when they found out I was straight, I heard one of his officers say, yo, do you want to check them for insurance? He goes, nah, just forget it, man. So, he knows he don't want to be embarrassed. So he's like, just let him go, man. What happened to him? Just do my job? This man's so emotionally attached, man. He wanted to rough up 2 black boys that day. He wanted to throw 2 black boys in the van that day. He wanted to give out some fines, man. He wanted to tow somebody's car and put it in the impound and make him go home and feel happy that day, didn't he? But he didn't get the opportunity, man. Give me that scripture real quick. If any man suffer as an evildoer. Okay, let me get it for you.
Slack the other one.
Slacky, give me 1 sec. Oh, you want to say something?
Yeah, I'm just gonna come off and go back and come back on because it's chopping up on my side. I think it's my connection, so I'm gonna chime out, come back in again.
All right, no sweat. If you call someone, give me Romans 13:3, or should we wait to come back?
Yeah, yeah, I'm coming straight back.
Oh, I'll give you 2 minutes. No sweat. How's it sounding now?
Can you hear me? Oh, yeah. Can you hear me good now?
Here to up, Khan.
And Romans 13 and
Romans 13 and 3.
3. Romans chapter 13, verse 3. For rulers are not a terror to good works.
Now, break it down for me. What's it saying? Rulers are not a terror to good works. What's Paul saying here in the book of Romans?
Can't good or keeping the laws of the Lord, right? Then the rulers that are ruling over us, i.e., the police, as you just mentioned before, are not a terror to us, meaning there's nothing they can get us on because we're doing the Lord good works.
That's right, man. That's bang on, man. Rulers are not a terror to us, man. Listen, we don't smoke weed, man. That's why me and Prasha wasn't scared about the police pulling us over, man. We could overtake 10 police, man. The laws, the highway code said if a car's moving too slow, you can overtake him on the right, man. And that policeman was moving too slow. A criminal would never draw that attention to himself. No, don't overtake, man. They're gonna pull us over, man. Yo, turn the music down, man. But guess what? Good works, rulers, which are the police, are not a terror to us. We ain't got no gun in the glove compartment, man. We ain't got no weed under the seat, man. And that's why what happened? The police went away empty-handed, man. They went away empty. Let me tell you, so this Bible teaches you everything, man. People think this Bible is a book about fairy tales and floating to the skies and, you know, being in the clouds. The Bible teaches you everything you need to know about life, even how to operate in this society, even how to operate in this sinful, wicked society. It tells you how to conduct yourself, man.
That's right.
And that's why I wasn't under ITV News, man. That's why no policeman didn't wave no baton in the side of my head, man. That's why the truncheon didn't come out. You know why? Because he couldn't do it, man. He's not a terror to us, man. We're not scared, man.
Right.
The oppressor said, in order for you to drive a car, you must get a license. So guess what me and Prasha did? We went and got that license, man. Now what, man? They turned around and said, you know what? In order to operate it, you need to get insurance. So guess what we did? We went and got that insurance, man. And that's why he couldn't do nothing to us, man. That's how we won against the oppressor. That's why the oppressor went home angry that day, and we went home glorious, man. It was beautiful. We should have recorded that, man. These rulers ain't a terror to us, man. No police can kick down our door and rough up our mom and fling around the bed and, yo, where the drugs at, man? And shine a torch in our face, man. No policeman can lock us up and give us 20 years behind bars, man. You know why? Because these rulers ain't a terror unto us, man. They're not a terror unto us, man. So, black man, if you want to stop being, you know, arrested by the police, harassed by the police, you better start keeping his laws, man. Now, having said that, the oppressor's the devil, man. So he might still stop and frisk you anyway, but you ain't going to jail, though. You ain't going to jail, though. Under what grounds, man? Under what grounds, man? He might stop you. He will stop you. He pulled me over. But that's as far as it goes, man. That's as far as it goes. And when you don't keep the laws, these rulers become a terror unto you, and you start begging them, man. Start begging them. It's disgusting. As a man, don't be begging no policeman, man. Don't be begging no police officer. No, officer, please. What it is? No. Listen, I ain't got no insurance, but listen, don't beg him nothing, man. And you put yourself in that position for you to beg him. For you to beg him. Why? Because you're not keeping the laws, man.
That's
begging
right.
Some. Who do you think he is, man? You're the prince and priestess of God, man. And you're begging some overweight fat man in a blue suit that eats donuts all day.
Right.
Who's damn near a sexual deviant, man. Who knows what kind of man he sleeps with, man, at night time, man. And I'm begging him like he's somebody. Nah, man. What I'm gonna do is get that license, man. What I'm gonna do is get that insurance, man. I ain't begging no policeman. He pulled me over. Officer, what's the problem? Huh? Tail light's gone out. Okay, I didn't notice. Okay, I'll get fixed tomorrow. I'm not begging no disgusting oppressor, man. So man think he's nice holding his belt. Yeah, so I said impound this. You know what I mean? So you know what I mean? Come have me sweat. I can't listen, I got too much pride, man. Salakia the way you say something.
Nah, just on the back of that, you know, one time I was in the wrong. I was driving and my seatbelt, it wasn't on. So the officer, he came over to me, and I'm not going to beg. I was looked at him like, well, what then? So he's like, is there any reason why you haven't got it on? I said, no. I go, I meant to have it on, but I never. What? well, I mean, besides the what part, what I'm saying that I never had it on. Then it's like, well, you know, it's a fine. Okay, then. And in his face, it's like, shut, like, you're not begging me, like you're not, please, man, I was in a rush. I forgot to put it on. I'm like, yeah, well, this is what it is. So it gave me the fine. Then before it walked off, it goes, I wish that everyone was as relaxed as you when it's car.
Yeah, man, I can't do it. I can't let some person go home thinking, yeah, man, you see how I had that nigga sweating? Woo! Imagine you beg him just so he can look in your face and go, no. Beg him, please, man. He goes, can't do it, man. You know how good he must feels. I can't sleep at night knowing how you feel so good over there. I can't give you that satisfaction. I can't do it, man. So lucky, too much pride, man. Right. So you catch me. Listen, drive with your seatbelt on, man. Drive with your seatbelt on, man. And if somehow you ain't got it on and you get pulled over, do not beg no policeman, man. Don't beg him, man. What he was no, what it was. I took it off just for a moment, just to, and he go, no, sorry, ain't gonna happen, man. Right. I ain't got it on. What? You're not gonna kill me. Just issue that fine, man. I pay the fine, no big deal. I'll pay the fine, man, and learn from it. And next time, keep my belt on, man. But I can't. What's more precious than that fine is giving some devil the satisfaction that he made me sweat, man. Ain't gonna happen, man. It's lucky, man. Read it again, Baba Kushar.
Verse Romans 13:3. For rulers are not terror to good works.
And rulers ain't terror to good works. You do good works. The rulers ain't a terror to you, man. If you're a brother out there, man, and you're sweating every time you see the police, locking your door, paranoid, every time you see blue lights, scared, then guess what, man? Start doing good works, man. Stop selling that weed, man. Stop trapping and stop, having a gun up in the house, man. And therefore, you won't have to be so paranoid about the police, man. And that's the advice to any brother, man. Simple as that, man. Living a life of sin and crime is a horrible life to live, man. It's a life of paranoia. It's a life of looking over your shoulder, man. It's a life of begging the police and asking to let you go, man. And you can live that life. You can live a life of paranoia free. You can live a life of being carefree, man, and not worried, man. All you gotta do is stop being a criminal, man.
That's right.
Like you read on.
But to evil wilt thou then not exlakia. For rulers are not terror to good works, but to evil.
There you go. And rulers are a terror to people that do good, but they're terrors to people that do bad, man. A drug dealer, you will get listen. A ruler, a terror to a drug dealer. Because the rulers come to lock up drug dealers, man. The rulers come to lock up murderers, man. They come to lock up rapists, man. They come to lock up people doing frauds and 419s and whatever the case may be, man. They come to lock up people that don't want to drive with insurance, man. So what do you do, black man? Just do good works, man. So luck, yeah. The white man says go get a license, man. You say to yourself, this man's a devil, man. I gotta get a license to drive. Anyway, he said he's in charge. Lord put me in charge. Let me go get that license, man. This man said that. This man says you need what? I gotta pay. What do you call it? The clean air zone. The clean air zone, which is stupid, man. I don't think it's come to Manchester yet, but it's in London and it's in Brum. The clean air zone, man. It's ridiculous. But hey, just pay it, man. It's the most stupidest thing I heard in my life. The man said, if your car's old, you're making the air dirty. Therefore, you gotta pay money. So imagine this is our problem. My car's old, yeah, and it's giving a lot of pollution, and I'm making the air dirty. So now, by paying £8, it somehow makes the air clean again. My car's old, and it's making the air dirty. So you charge me £8, and the air is still dirty, man. The air is still dirty, man. Oh, come on, man. Once upon a time, my grandma used to say, listen, they soon make you pay for the air that you're breathing. And that was a saying. Yeah, man, tax you for everything. They even tax you for the very air you're breathing. And in 2021, they're actually taxing you for the very air you're breathing. Who would have thought, man? My grandma used to go, yo, they soon make it, they soon charge you for air. They soon charge you to breathe with some oxygen. And that was this little slick, wise saying. It's a little cheeky saying. And in 2021, they're actually charging, man, for the air, man. So lucky, man. That's how bad it's become. It's like, in fact, on the back, let me get a scripture on that real quick, man. Salakia. Oh, no, so I don't want. Give me Lamentations real quick. It's Lamentations 5 and 4. Shalom to everyone in the chat. Shalom to D Dub, Sharapar, Magawa, Big Matthew, Shaban, Yahawada.
So look at did you say Lamentations 5 and 4, verse 4?
Khan, Baba Kushar.
God. We have drunken our water for money.
And look what the Bible says, man. We've drunken water for money, man. You're paying that water bill, man. You're paying for a bottle of Volvic, man. When the Lord makes it rain for free, it rains. It don't cost nothing for it to rain. But nowadays we're paying for air that's free, man. You're paying some oxygen bill, some free air zone congestion, stupidness, man. You're paying. I'm good to You're paying for water that it rains in abundance, man. In England, it rains too much. We pray for a little sunshine, and all that water, the oppressor takes it and charges and sells it to you when it's free, man. All that water that runs down in England, especially the April showers, the oppressor takes that water and goes, yeah, man, that's what is it £1 something a litre? £1 something a litre or something like that. Yeah, man, it's £1 something a litre, man. And then lies to you as well, lies to you, man. Lies to brothers. It puts a picture of a mountain on the front of the bottle and say, yeah, this water here comes from the springs of Scotland. Listen, man. Right. It's rainwater, man. And listen, I don't need no water for Scotland, man. All I need is water, man. It's a luck, yeah. Like, how about you knock off a pound and give me some regular water, man? Listen, my body don't care where the water comes from, man. As long as it's water that I can drink, it's not salt water. I don't mind, man. And the lion, mind you, the lion, man. They like to give that nice. Listen, whether it's Volvic or Avian, both of them got a mountain on there, man. It's come from the springs of Fife. Like, shut up, man. Lying to brothers, man. And listen, tell you something. They don't test, man. They don't test, and they said that what tap water was cleaner than bottled water, man. The liars, man. So like I don't want to say something.
Yeah, just off the back of that, on BBC One years ago, who remembers the show Watchdog?
Paranormal with Watchdog.
I believe this one was Watchdog. I can be wrong, but I'm very sure it was Watchdog. And they done an episode on this about all these adverts about this water comes from the hills of Scotland and all these adverts and that. And it was all a lie. It was just manufactured water. It was water that was just refined, but it had nothing to do with the mountains in Scotland, the mountains in Hertfordshire and Devon. It was all a lie.
It wouldn't surprise me, man. It's the devil, man. And imagine that Avian and Volvic is a multi-million-pound company, man, and deciding you water, just hitting the tap. Excuse me, hitting the tap. Got loads of empty bottles and it's filling them up, man, and making meals, man. And they turn around and say black men are robbers. They say black men are thieves and we're hustlers. They're the biggest hustlers in the world, man. They're the biggest gangsters in the world, man.
That's right.
Lying to brothers, man. You know, back in the day, a man will hustle and sell you a DVD and nothing's in the box. That's what the white man does on a bigger level, a level that you can't imagine, man. In every supermarket is hustling every single one of us, man. Putting his tap water into bottles, man, and selling it, man. That's the biggest hustle I've seen in my life. And turn around and say, yeah, black men are hustlers, man. Don't trust them. Don't trust them with your bank details. Meanwhile, you're robbing the whole world, the whole of England, Slovakia.
That's right. Adman Khan, we have drunken our water for money.
Our water we drunk it for money, man. Our water we drink, the water that we drink that's free, that comes from clouds, man.
Right.
They charge it to us, man. The air that we breathe, that's normal. It comes the trees taking carbon monoxide. Carbon dioxide, and give us oxygen, man. And the oppressor goes, yo, I'm gonna charge him for that, man. You drive in this zone, I'm gonna charge you for that, man. Let me tell you something. Air don't have zones, man. Air goes freely anywhere where it wants. How are you gonna say, yeah, well, you can't make the air dirty here? I'll charge you for it. But outside of this zone, we won't charge you for it, man. Air is air, man. Air, you think the air in Birmingham cuts off at Birmingham City Centre? You think the air cares?
Right.
But this man would do anything just to get paid, man. He'll sell you water and lie to you and say, "Nah, this is different water, man. This is see, you shouldn't drink that water. That's hard water, but this water here, this is the water from the springs of Scotland and the Ireland, man." It's lies to us, man. That's how we're living in 2021, man. Buying water to drink, man. Paying for air, man. Keep reading.
Our wood is sold unto us.
And even our wood is sold to us, man. Trees grow for free, man. If you want to make something nowadays, you gotta go to B&Q, man. You gotta go to Home Base, man. Home Bargains. Listen, if you think that's bad, nowadays the white man selling dirt, man. He's selling dirt. Dirt, the same dirt on the ground. If you got green fingers and you want to do a bit of gardening, he will sell you a bag of dirt, man. A bag of dirt, man. So I gotta move on for this, man. I can't believe. I don't think you understand what I'm saying. He'll sell you a bag of dirt, man. And people go to B&Q buy a bag of dirt, cut it open, man, and plant seeds in it, man. When there's dirt outside for free. And then lies to us now. This is some fertile compost. Shut up, man. Listen, I've been planting for years, man. As a child, messing around and doing school experiments, man. Listen, I used to plant red peas, man, in the ground, the regular ground, and it grew just fine to me, man. It grew just fine, man. I've been allotment with my grandparents, man, and that regular dirt, it grew stuff just fine, man. So like Zap one.
No, so that guy. I was just gonna say I got 4 bags at the front.
Oh, cause listen, I don't wrong, yeah. That's how Esau got his kingdom run. And obviously, you ain't a thief. So what are you gonna do? You have to buy that dirt, man. It's lucky, but every time you buy that dirt, man, look at the price. I said, damn, this man's a devil, man.
Right.
That's what Christ told his disciples. Actually, I'm trying to get into a topic, man. Let me get there real quick, man. You're meant to look at that every time you buy that dirt and say, you know what? I gotta get more black people off drugs. I need Christ to come back tomorrow so I can stop buying this dirt, man. You're meant to look at that dirt, just this regular dirt, and go, oh, this is ridiculous, man. What the hell am I doing? Buying dirt, man. I gotta come in the I.S.U.P.K, man. I gotta put my boots on and get more people off crack, man. The right amount of brothers come in the truth. Christ will come back tomorrow, man. And I'm sick of buying dirt. I'm sick of paying for air, man. I'm sick of paying for water, man. I'm sick of paying for wood, man. That's what we gotta do, man. Let me get the scripture real quick. You give me Matthew 17 and about 23.
Matthew chapter 17, 23. And they shall kill him on the 3rd day.
So give me 20. Yeah, 24. So lucky. I went too far back. I got a bottle of water. I'm scared to drink it online. I'm ever gonna start going, man. So I love it. But no.
Matthew chapter 17, verse 24. And when they were come to Capernaum, they that received tribute money came to Peter and said,
so Christ and his men were doing the work of the Lord, going to different cities like what we do today. Why do we do what Christ did? Because we're the prophets of Christ, man. We're the disciples of Christ, and we do what our master did. And Christ came to a city called Capernaum, and them that received tribute money came to him and Peter. Them that received tribute money today are what, man? The debt collectors, man. That's the post office today. That's the bank today, man. When you're paying your bills, when you go to the post office, man. When you're paying that credit card bill, you go to the post office, you give them a bank statement, and that's how you pay it, man. I don't know about one though. Nowadays, people tend to pay online. But back then, if you had a catalog or a Very account or credit card, you go to the post office or the bank. And the bank is those that receive the tribute money. When you're paying your poll tax, back in the day, you'll go to the bank, man. Is it bank or post office? Post office. But nowadays, you can pay your poll tax online, man. You got your own little app and whatever. It comes out your account. But back in the day, you had to go to those and pay them the tribute money. And likewise, these brothers grew up in a time where Rome owned Jerusalem and they had to pay their taxes. But back then there was no post office. Back then they'll come and knock on your door and say, "Yo, pass that taxpayers' money. Pass. You know what? Your money is due this month. Run that money." So when Christ was doing the work of the Lord in Capernaum, the Romans came to him for the tax, and this is how Christ dealt with it. Keep it in.
Okay. Tribute money came to Peter and said, "Does not your master pay tribute?" Verse 25. He said, "Yes."
So they said, yeah. So Christ paid, man. Christ would like this. I mean, individuals, man. Listen, I ain't. Listen. To YouTube videos, man. Listen, our King said it's obey the laws, man. To show you how Christ dealt with this. Christ said yes, man. It wasn't being Christ didn't watch 2 YouTube videos and say, "Yo, you know, I'm not paying it because according to section blah blah blah, I don't have to." Listen, that would end you up in jail, man. And what good are you in jail? One brother's telling me, "Listen, license. Oh, how do you figure? Because you know it's called a driver's license, and you know I'm not a driver. Technically, a driver is a man that gets paid to drive. I'm a traveler. You know, I travel from here to here. Listen, man, doing that will end you up in jail, man. You're not gonna win. Just get the white man says you need a license. Get the license, man. It's like anyone.
And also, just to add on to that, those videos you see, it's a white man doing that, man. You know what I mean? You're black, believe me. A policeman ain't going into no law book with you. You mean maybe with a white man, it might, you know, go on the a radio and, you know, just see if he's right. But with us, he's not doing that.
Yeah, right. So people online, they think they know, never been to law school in their life, man. Watch your videos and now they know everything about the law. What you gotta do? Tell them, excuse me, are you on your oath? And they can't search your house unless they got a warrant signed by the judge, not signed by the court, signed by the judge. How about you don't get it? How about you don't run up debt, man? Yeah, brother's running up debt. That's what you do. You run up debt, and the banks can't come to your house. Just don't buy what you can't afford, man. That's what you should do. Not run up debt and try to play the law, man. Because by law, they can't come in your house unless they got a warrant with signed by the judge. It won't work, man. It won't work, man. Do you know by law, the Native American Indians had over 100 peace treaties with the oppressor by law? Law, man. I guess why he broke all of them, man. Since when does the law work in your favor, black man? By law, Mark Duggan was supposed to be shot with a beanbag bullet, man.
Right.
Or a rubber bullet, but guess what? Mark Duggan ain't with us today. By law, Rashawn Charles was 16 years old, man. 16 years of age. He should not have been choked to death by the police, man. At 16 years of age, you can't even be questioned by the police without an adult present, man.
Right.
And now an adult being present, he was choked to death by the police, man. Laws don't work for black people, man. If you're a black man talking about, officer, are you on your oath? Or am I detained? Under what section? Shut up, man. Just be quiet, man. Just, you know what I mean? I'm not saying you must let the man violate you, man. But policeman pulls you over. What's the problem? You want my license? Here you go. All right, pass it back. All right, cool. You know what? I ain't got my license. I don't travel with it. He runs your system. Okay, send you on your way, man. That's it, man. Don't be playing with them and trying to antagonize them. Because it won't go well, man. But anyway, that's Christ. Does he pay taxes? I mean, does Christ keep the law of the land? And Christ said, yeah, man. Christ ain't being silly. Well, technically, I'd have to pay the law because I'm just what a stupid garbage that's there, man. That shit there would end you up in jail, man. Keep it in.
Anyone come? Verse 25. He said yes. And when he was come into the house, Jesus prevented him, saying.
So, Peter said, yeah, my Lord does pay tax, man. And they left the taxpayers and went in the house. And when they went in the house, Christ stopped him. You know when you walk, prevent me to stop. You know you're walking and the man, like 1 second. Let me talk to you real quick, man. Christ stopped Peter like, listen, I got to tell you something heavy right now, man. Wait up. Keep it in.
Can prevented him, saying, what thinkest thou, Simon? Of whom do the kings of the earth take custom or tribute? Of their own children or of the strangers?
So Christ said, so Peter, You see, when people take tribute, who do they take tribute from? When people tax and extort people, who do they tax? Their own people or strangers? He's trying to get Peter to think, man. He wants Peter to think about it and be angry and go, hold on, this ain't right, man. What Christ is doing here? Sometimes anger is a good thing. Not all the time anger is a bad thing. Sometimes anger can make you think, man. Anger can make you go, this ain't right, man. This ain't right, man. Sometimes being that Christian spirit of love ain't the way, man. Sometimes you gotta think. That's why sometimes the Lord allows brothers to die in the streets, man, by the hands of the police. Why? So black people go, yo, this ain't right, man.
Right.
Because as long as you love, you don't know who your enemy is. So sometimes the Lord got to show you who your enemy is, man. So you go, nah, man. Just kill that brother for no reason, man. The man said I can't breathe and is still stood on his neck, man. This ain't right. Sometimes anger is a good thing, man. Sometimes love ain't good, man. Love can have your head in the clouds. So Christ wants Peter to think and be angry and go, hold on, this ain't right, man. And Christ says, so Peter, when you're taxing people, who do you tax, man? Your own people or strangers, man? Keep it in.
Verse 26. Peter said unto him, of strangers.
And Peter goes, of strangers? When you're taxing people, you're robbing people, extorting people, you rob strangers, man. And you take that money and give to your own people. When the white man went all over the Caribbean, he slaved black people. Black people made money, and that money took back to England and made England what it is today.
Right.
He made you pick cane, made you cut cotton, take that cotton and bring it back to England, man, and build nice roads and have the NHS. I have nice houses. You know what I mean? I have all these benefits that other countries don't have. You take from strangers and build your own people up. And Christ wants Peter to think about this, man. He's saying, Peter, think about this, man. He stopped him. Peter, because growing up in England, you do things that you think is normal. And Peter grew up in a time when Rome was ruling. I thought it was normal, but Christ like, just think about this for a second, man. What do you think about this? Got Peter thinking, hold on. You're right, you know, this is some shaggers, man.
That's right.
But this ain't right, man. Keep it in.
Peter said unto him, of strangers.
Peter said, of strangers? He goes, obviously, you'll take the money of strangers, people who ain't your people. You're getting Peter thinking, man. And then this is what Christ said after that. Keep it in.
Jesus said unto him, then are the children free.
And Christ said, so are we free? We think we're free, but from we was born, we've been paying taxes, man. Are we free? They're free. They ain't paying taxes. We are.
Mm-hmm.
We are. Keep it in.
Verse 27. Notwithstanding.
Read that again.
Notwithstanding.
This is what Christ said. Christ got Peter thinking. After all that, Christ said, but anyway, notwithstanding, and that's how you should think, man. You should go, this is fucked up, man. So like super French. I'm paying for debt. Anyway, son, go get my wallet, man. You can pay for this debt, man. But before you pay for it, think out how messed up it is, man.
Right.
Anyway, let me go get this. Let me go pay for this congestion zone, man. So lucky. Are we done?
God. Notwithstanding, lest we should offend them.
And Christ said, nevertheless, lest you should offend them, tell them no, end up in jail, get locked up. Let's just pay it, man. But this ain't right, though. And that's how you should filter up one every time you go to B&Q, man. And put that big bag of dirt into that trolley and push it, man, and pay for it, man. You should go, this ain't right, man. But anyway, let me pay for this dirt, yeah, man. And boy, on Saturday, we go to Manchester City Centre and blaze, man, and get more brother into the truth, get more brothers to fix up and change their lives, man. Every time you pass that congestion zone and you got to pay $8.99, you go, this is effed up, man. Anyway, let me pay it because if I don't pay it, then I rack up the bill. Before you know it, it's $1,000. You know what I mean? Court charges and end up in jail. And guess what? I make sure brothers get off cocaine, get off weed, and in our kingdom, this is the first thing we're scrapping, man. This is nonsense. Man. This is stupidness. But hey, we're in their kingdom. That's why I need to work hard to get my kingdom. I'm tired of paying the stupidness, man. And that's how you got to deal, man. Come to I.S.U.P.K, we teach you everything about laws, man. We teach you how to fix your marriage. Listen, the Bible teaches everything. The Bible ain't no book of religion, man. People think like, rah, the man has broke down how to keep the law of the land in the Bible. Yeah, man. And guess what? We can teach you about child support too in the Bible, man. We can teach how to fix your marriage in the Bible. This ain't a book about dying and going to heaven, man, and the spiritual. This Bible is a wise man's book, man. So why teach you everything in this Bible, man? So luck, yeah. When I heard that some things that was in the Bible, I thought wasn't in there, man. My jaw dropped, man. My jaw dropped, man. Listen, coronavirus is in the Bible, man. The plagues that the Most High will bring to his earth, man, if you don't keep his commandments, in the Bible, it's all there, man. You know what I mean? But anyway, we get history on the Bibles, man. Salakia. And Khan to D-Dub, this place ain't our kingdom, man. This place is ridiculous, man. The Lord said they put a stupid nation over us, man. A foolish nation over us. And that's what they are, man. They're foolish, man. They're foolish. Any man charging for air is foolish, man. Any man charging for wood and water and dirt is just ridiculous, man.
Right.
And that's why every time you see them charging you for dirt and, you know, there's silly rules, you got to say, listen, man, I gotta get my kingdom, man. This should get you so angry that you turn the volume up to 10, man. You turn this up to 10, man, and say, you know what, I'm not smoking weed again. Should get you so angry that you put down weed. Should get you so angry that you put down drugs, man. Else, guess what? You can just get comfortable, man. Be paying for air. And what's next, man? So lucky, what's next? What's next, man? You're gonna be paying for every breath you take. Every breath you take is gonna be $1. It's gonna be running on a meter, man. And if you want to keep smoking weed, then you can get comfortable. You know, listen, the Bible calls them a foolish nation, and I'm pretty sure you got more foolishness in stock for you, man. Got more foolish stuff for you, man. We just gotta wait and see. In England, they pay for TV license, man. Pay for a license is supposed to be something that shows that you're qualified, man. Like a driver license shows that listen, this man is qualified on the road, he's been trained properly. You go, yeah, that's cool, man. A pilot license, yeah, this man passed his pilot. He's safe to fly these passengers. This is a license that proves it. He's done training. A TV, what training do you need for a TV, man? I wonder if you know that you just plug a TV into the wall, you buy it, and you put it into the wall, and I need a license to operate a TV.
Right.
Hey, listen, if you want to keep smoking weed, listen, the oppressor got more rules like that in store for you, man. You want to pay for a TV. Listen, guess what you do to a TV? You watch it. You sit down and you look at it, man. It's not that hard to operate. So Lakia, there's nothing to it, man. You don't need no training. You just look at the damn thing, man. But in order to operate it, you need a license in England. And then the lie to you about we can track your TV. Come on, man, it's garbage, man. But hey, that's if you want to keep smoking weed, then the white man got loads more rules like that for you, man. Loads, man. And guess what? You have to pay. Yeah, get me the history on the police, please. Other one. Yeah, give me that one first, Bob Shah. In England, yeah? Yeah, I thought with that. You zoom out, come here, Shirley. If you can see it, that's fine, but I thought it's too big for you.
No, I can do that.
You can manage it.
So we have the history of law enforcement in the United Kingdom. So this is the section, a national policing. The UK's first national police force was the Irish Constabulary, established in 1837. It received the appellation Royal Irish Constabulary in 1867 after its success in suppressing the Fenian Rising.
Okay, keep reading. The one that the other one. Keep going. Let me see anything. No, give me the one about the Metropolitan Police. So this is a man called Robert Peel, man, who first started the police force. You know, there's an old saying called the Bobbies, and that's where it comes from. It comes from Robert Peel. You know, Bob is a shorter name for Rob. Like Bob Marley's name really ain't Bob Marley. It's Robert Marley, Robert Nesta Marley. But for short, somehow I don't know how it works, but Rob is a nickname. Bob is a nickname for Robert. Don't ask me why. Like Dick somehow is a nickname for Richard. Listen, I don't make the rules. That's how it is. So when you hear people say, yeah, the Bobbies locked me up, the Bobbies, man, it comes from this man here, Robert Peel, who was a racist, mind you. Keep it in.
So this is from historicuk.com. So this is Sir, well, what the world calls Sir Robert Peel.
And they call him Sir Robert Peel, man. I mean, he was knighted. The Queen put the swords on his shoulders and gave him the title of a knight, man. Keep it in.
In Britain today, all policemen are commonly referred to as bobbies.
And to this very day, policemen are called bobbies, man. You know, we got a couple names for them. You know, the Pigs, the Feds, the Old Bill, Boys in Blue. But one of them is called, one of them is called the Bobbies or the Jakes, whatever. One of them is called the Bobbies, and it derives from the man who invented the police force itself. Keep it in.
Originally, though, they were known as Peelers.
So first they called it the Peelers, and then again because his name's Robert Peel, so they named it after him, the Peelers, and then later on it became the Bobbies, and the Bobbies stuck, the Peelers didn't stick.
In reference to one Sir Robert Peel, today it is hard to believe that Britain in the 18th century did not have a professional police force.
And look at that, man. England act like they're so high and righteous and they know everything. And in the 18th century, that's what 1700s all the way to the 1800s, man, had no police force, man. They had what they called magistrates or a neighborhood watch or vigilantes, man. And in the Bible, we had a police force, man. They were called priests, man. We had men that will lock you up if you commit adultery, man. They were called priests, man. We had judges also. They had no such thing. And now the same country that had nothing in place, but just 200 years ago, walk around locking us up, man. Who's more civilized than they are?
Right.
Even the historians say it's hard to believe that England had no police force, man, up until 200 years ago, man. So keep reading.
Scotland had established a number of police forces following the introduction of the city of Glasgow police in 1800 and the Royal Irish Constabulary was established in 1822, in large part because of the Peace Preservation Act in 1814, which Peel was heavily involved with. However, London was sadly lacking in any form of protective presence.
Look at that, man. In London, the great city of London had no protective presence, man. And in the Bible, we're going to read some scriptures. In the Bible, we had protective presence, man. We had people that will sing it to the judge, a fair court case, a fair trial, man. And they had no such thing, man. No such thing. But then they had lynch mobs protecting them, man. People that took the law into their own hands, man. In the Bible, we had protective custody, man. We had witness protection, man. And we're going to show you. England didn't have that till up until 200 years ago, man. And their police force was set up by a racist, man. So when their police force killed black people, stop and frisk black people, why are you surprised, man? It was set up by a racist. The first ever police department was in Scotland Yard, man. That's why today The headquarters today is where? Scotland Yard, man. Scotland Yard Road to this day. And this is where it derives from. And that's why it's good to know history. So when things like this happen, you say, well, boy, I ain't surprised. Look at the history, man. Someone get me the SUS laws, man. So years, give me the SUS laws. So years down the line, black men are getting stopped and frisked and harassed by the police. And this is why, because the man that made the police force, his father owned slaves, man. That's why there's laws into place called the SUS laws, man. That's why there's laws in place called like Operation Trident and gangbusters, man, where police can come into your neighborhood under pretense of looking for guns and harass everyone in the neighborhood, man. Why? Because of Robert Peeler, man. Because Robert and his peelers, man. Because of Robert and his bobbies, man. His racist police force that don't like black people anyway. Let me know when you got that the SUS department.
I've got the SUS laws in England and Wales. The SUS law from suspected a person was a stop and search law that permitted a police officer to stop, search, and potentially arrest a people on suspicion of them being in breach of Section 4.
There you go, man. And this law was put in place by Robert and his peelers. The use on black people in the 80s, man. The use on black people in the 70s and the 90s, man. So you look kind of suspicious, you know. According to the law, we can stop you. We can frisk you. And we're going to get there also, man. How the Bible says how they will use laws to oppress the righteous, man. To oppress the black man, man. They just made a law the other day, man. How Boris Johnson just relaxed all the laws that you can go out and go to the barbers now. But he said you can't have braids, though. You can't go to the hair salon. So meaning, if you want a trim, or if you're a white man, you can go to the barber, man, and get your short back and sides or whatever hairstyle you get. But if you want braids, you can't get braids, man. And who's known for getting braids? Black people are, man. They make laws to just oppress black people, man. Just like here, just like with the SUS laws, man. And why? Because it's an organization built on keeping black people down, man. Keep it in.
Section 4 of the Vagrancy Act, 1824. According to a 2018 study in the British Journal of Criminology, stop and a search had a marginal impact on crime in the UK.
In the UK, they will use the SUS laws to its capacity, man. And guess where they were using these SUS laws? In Tottenham, in Brixton, in Croydon, in Hackney, in Shepherd's Bush. And that's what actually sparked the Brixton riots, man. This SUS law right here, man. Is there anywhere it's about black people on the SUS laws or not? Try the 80s or the 90s here. Okay, read that for me.
So this is the section 1980s. The law caused much discontent.
So this SUS law caused a lot of discontent. A lot of people didn't like it. It agitated a lot of people. It upset a lot of people. We're going to find out what people it caused discontent to. Keep it in.
Right.
Among certain sections of the population, particularly black.
Hold on. This law pissed off a certain race of people, man. And particularly black people, man. Why? Because that's who the law was for. That's who the law was used on. And this is why it's good we have the history class. Because black man, now you're not surprised, man. The organization was set up by a racist, man. So all these laws, all these officers are going to harass who? You, man.
Right.
Keep it in.
Particularly black and ethnic minorities.
And ethnic minorities in the UK. Now, they say ethnic minorities, so black people think, well, it wasn't just us. But in the 80s, 70s, who was the biggest minority in England? Black people were, man.
That's right.
Asians were in numbers until recently. Somalians weren't here in numbers like that. Eritreans were in numbers like that. The Romanians were here in numbers like that. It was us, man. The
Right.
children of the Windrush, man. It's like, oh, the Windrush himself. And that's who they were stopping frisking, man. They'll see Delroy walking with his afro, man. So what you doing around here then, Delroy? That old yardie name. What you doing around here then, Delroy? You know me, search him and check his diamond socks. You know, South one, man about the diamond socks. Look, put your hand in the diamond socks, man. So you know, where's the weed? Where's the spliff? Where's the spliff, Delroy? And it's harass people, man. That's who they used to harass black people, man. And now in 2021, in the article, they want to put ethnics in there so it don't look so racist, man. But we know back then it was predominantly black people, man. And let me tell you something, man. They was not stopping Mr. Singh. I don't care what anyone says. They was not stopping Mr. Singh. They was not stopping Haji. They were stopping black people, man. They was not going into the shop bothering Mr. Singh. They was bothering black people, man. And how do I know? Because I got uncles, man. How do I know I got cousins, man? How do I know I got TV, man? How do I know I've seen the Bricks and Rights on TV in color, man? I've seen it. That's how I know, man. Keep it in.
Against whom the law was particularly targeted by the police.
And that's the law was taught. What? Read up on time, Slack, yeah. That part's heavy.
Against whom the law was particularly.
So that law, the SOS law, the SOS law that we're reading about, we done?
Targeted.
That law targeted black people. You know when you have a target. Some people got a target and their target's children, women, you know, old people. That law was targeted, directed towards who? Towards who? Black people, man.
Right.
Not Chinese, not the French, not the working class. That's a new one now, isn't it? Because people don't want to say it's racism. They say, yeah, it's an attack on the working class. Listen, man, it's black people, man.
Right.
That's right. Oh, people try to include the poor. It's the poor. Poverty makes you do. Poverty is the reason why police bother people. It's poverty. Listen, it's because you're black, man.
That's
right. I mean, hear that one new now. Hear that one. That's the other one. It's trying to attack the working class. They want to get rid of the poor. Listen, they want to get rid of black people, man. They want to get rid of black people because there's poor Asians also, man. We grew up in the ghetto with Asians also, man. Meanwhile, I've never seen an Asian man, never in my life, see an Asian man gunned down by the police, man. Someone showed me the Asian mark, Duggan. Guess what? You can't show me one. Pakistanis are the biggest minority in England, man, and not one of them have died wrongfully by the hands of the police. Not one.
That's
black people die by the police all the time, man. So don't tell me it's ethnics, man. Don't tell me it's ethnics, man. It's black people. Chinese are ethnic minorities, man. You show me the Chinese man that got choked by the police, man. You show me the Chinese man that's been stopped and frisked and harassed, man. Chinese people brought COVID-19 to England, man, and they still don't go through what black people go through, man. They still don't get harassed. They still don't get harmed. They still don't get stopped and searched and frisked and thrown in the back of the bully van, man. Right. Try to tell me it's the working class. You don't lie to me, man. It's like the one.
By the police, see racial profiling. The SOS law had attracted considerable controversy prior to the early 1980s.
Oh, come on. Who was the biggest ethnic minority in England at that time, man? The Windrush, man, in the 1980s, man. We were, man. And that's who the SOS law was for, man. Why? To them, every black man's a suspect, man. Every single black man to them is a suspect, man. I remember when 9/11 happened and the 7/7 bombings happened. I thought, whoo, finally, man. You know what I mean? The heat's moved from us. They're going to start looking at the Muslims and leave niggas alone. Boy, was I wrong, man. Boy, was I wrong, man. Black people still getting stopped by the police. I thought, whoa, what level of hatred do you have to have for a man that there's a bigger threat than black people? You're still watching me. I thought, damn, this is when the Bible goes to hate us with a perpetual hatred. That's it right there, man.
That's it right there.
They put the suicide bomber on hold to watch you. Like, 1 second, suicide bomber. Watch this nigga right here, man. I said, yo, that's a hatred, man. That I can't fathom, man. And meanwhile, black people ain't bombing anything, man. Black people love the oppressor, man. You want to marry his woman and join his army and fight and blow up ourselves and, you know, dance and sing and want to join his army and take a job from him, man. Serve his God. We want to go to church with him. The last thing we want to do is bomb anything, man. We love him. But in regards to how much love we give him, he still can't love us back, man. He's watching us, and we're gonna make sure them wags, don't. You know what I mean? Look how much black people did for England, man. And guess what? NFs and far rights had the nerve to come up against us, man, in central London, man. Had the all the love black people done showed white people, man. We loved you and served your God. We've never rebelled, man. We've never rebelled. To this day, when I go out on the streets, the white man's biggest defender is black people, man.
Right.
They ain't all bad. You can't say it all around. You can't tar them all with one brush. And they had the nerve to want to fight against us in central London. Why? Because we were just hooligans. Why? Because we were selling drugs? No. Because we didn't want racist statues up there no more. And regardless of all the love we showed you, you couldn't say, well, you know what? It's true. They showed us so much love. They served our God. We told them our God's white, and they had no problem with that. They fought in World War I and II. We deported them, and they didn't rebel or blow up anything, man. You know what? Let them take the statues down, man. It's the least we can do for them. They said, oh, hell no. No, man. We're going down there. We're getting all white people, all far rights from all parts of the country. We're going to go in there, and we're fighting for our capital, man. Who the hell do these wogs think they are, man? And they had the nerve to come prepared to fight black people, man. When we was just doing nothing wrong. Imagine you're from London and you got to walk past a statue of a man that raped black women every day. That would offend you, man. And these oppressors said, I don't give a damn. You got to swallow it up because this man brought money to this country. I don't give a shit how it makes you feel. I know he makes me feel good. Every time I look at him, I see the wealth he brought to the country, man. Too bad you feel that way. Psh, that's your business, man. But yo, man. So what's his name? So Robert, what's his name again? So I can't his name. Oh man. What's one in Bristol again? Edward Colston, Salakia. But Edward Colston, he needs to be up there nice and shiny and big because he brought money to this city. And no one cared how black people felt, man. Meanwhile, you can't say anything about Jewish people. They'll call you anti-Semitic. God forbid you hurt their feelings. You can't say nothing about homosexuals, man. You're the slave. You better be careful how you word it, man. You say the wrong thing, and that's your job gone. You say if you're a celebrity and you say the wrong thing, that is you got a show on ITV and you say the wrong thing about homosexuals. You've just been blacklisted, man. But when it comes to black people, nobody watches their tongue. No one has to be careful what to say. No one goes, just put that statue on the side because you might offend black people. They put it in our face, man. Every time I say Edward Colston statue, I see a rapist, man. Every time I see Edward Colston statue, I see a murderer, man. I see a man that worked black people to death for free of charge so he can put money in his pockets and give to his grandchildren. Every time I walk past that statue, but guess what? Who cares? The Jewish man, let's have 1 minute silence. 9/11, let's have 1 minute silence because we don't offend them because those are lives that actually got taken. But with black people, our lives ain't lives, man. Who cares if they offend us? The statue staying. them cutting the white people, staying up there, mate. I dare you. Want to touch it then? I dare ya, fucking dare you, mate. That's because no one cares about black people, man. And when we speak about it, we're racist, so excuse me, man. And when we speak about it, guess what? We can piss off back to our country. Excuse me. We speak about it, we can piss off back to our country, man. Because this is England. Go back to Africa, man, where you can have your own statues, man. Anyway, it's lucky, man. I'm going on a tangent. I don't want to piss nobody off. Listen, these topics, as you know, wind me up. So let's keep reading it. Got scriptures to get through, man. It's lucky,
Yeah, the early 1980s race riots in St. Paul's.
Hold on. Script. So this Soslo started a riot in St. Paul's, man. And guess where St. Paul is? St. Paul's a ghetto in Bristol, man. And guess who lives in Bristol? Black people do. So it's a Soslo started a riot in Bristol, St. Paul, which is a ghetto where black people dwell. And guess who guess who they were stopping and searching in St. Paul? Had to be black people, man. Because white people don't live in St. Paul. Keep reading.
In Bristol.
In
1980.
And the Soslo started a riot in St. Paul. Didn't start in the town center. Didn't start in the countryside. Didn't start in the nice side. It started in St. Paul's. Why? Because of the Soslos, man. So who were they stopping and frisking? Had to be black people, man. Keep reading.
And in Brixton.
And in Brixton,
London.
and who dwelt in Brixton in the 80s, man? Black people did, and the Soslo started a riot in Brixton. So who was they using the Soslo on? Had to be black people, man. The Soslo didn't spark a riot in Chelsea. It didn't spark a riot in Stamford Hill. It didn't spark a riot in some like Sutton Coldfield. It started a riot in Brixton, man. Meaning what? They were stopping and frisking black people, man. Keep reading.
At Toxteth.
And Toxteth,
Liverpool.
Liverpool is a ghetto in Liverpool to this day, man. To this day, Liverpool has what? One ghetto, and that is Toxteth, man. So lucky nowadays, I think it's Wavertree as well, man. But mainly Toxteth, and the Soslo also got people pissed off in Toxteth. What people? Black people. How do I know? Because black people live in Toxteth, man. Keep reading.
Handsworth.
And
Birmingham.
Birmingham, man. In Handsworth, Birmingham. I'm sorry, you laughed at me. In Handsworth, Birmingham, who lives in Handsworth, Birmingham, black people did, man. So you mean tell me this Soslo sparked riots all over England? So you can't say, well, that's just London. That's just Birmingham. The reason being is the people in Birmingham, they're hostile. You know what I mean? It's different over here. All over England, in every ghetto, the Soslo was being applied on black people, man. So don't tell me, well, that's only in London. It's only in Brum. Maybe the police force is racist, man. So, listen, if it was just London, I could say, well, maybe there's a reason for that. Maybe there's a reason for that. Maybe black people in London can't behave. Maybe black people in Bristol can't behave. But why is it Bristol, London, Birmingham, Liverpool? You only stopping and frisking black people, man. Maybe your police force, man. So lucky. It's all I can think of. Maybe your police force is racist, man. Any more?
And a Chapeltown Leeds.
Oh, come on, man.
In 1981.
Come on, man. Chapel. We know who lives in Chapeltown in the 90s, man. Black people still live there today, but it was more in the 80s and 90s, man. And the police will stop and frisk him there, man. You go up north, the police was applying the Soslos upon you. You go down south, they were trying the Soslos upon you. You go in the Midlands, they was trying the Soslos upon you, man. That could only mean one thing: the police force is racist, man. So lucky. That's all I can say. I can't think anything else. Other one.
Yes. This led to campaigns against the law, including Scrap Sus campaign led by Mavis Best and Paul Boateng. When questioned on a topic in 1980, Metropolitan Police Commissioner Sir David McNee stated that the reason for the disproportionate use.
Oh, let's hear it now. So they got a reason for why only black people are being searched, no matter what city. Let's hear this excuse. I gotta hear it. Come
on. For black people was because they were over represented in offenses of robbery.
Okay. So black people all over this nationwide are doing all the robberies. White people don't rob. Didn't rob in the 80s. Have you not seen Only Fools and Horses? To that point, have you not seen Only Fools and Horses?
Right.
And what is Ronnie and his brother, man? The thieves, man. They put posters off the back of lorries, man. White people don't steal. Have you not heard of the Cray twins?
Right.
Have you not heard of the Peaky Blinders in Brum? Have you not heard of the bootleggers and the white gangsters and the football firms and all them stuffs there? Why no one ain't applying the Soslos on them, man? They're saying black men are, there's too much fees in the black community in every city. Meanwhile, there's a comedy called Only Fools and Horses, man. But even they know the white man's a thief, man. And they even put it to a comic sketch that you can laugh at, man. If you got Netflix, you can watch the whole series, man. And the bootleggers, they tell you, yeah, Ronnie, I was picked up a toast. Back then, the toaster was a big thing, ain't nothing now. Just picked up a toast off the back of the lorry, The hustlers, they live in the council estates. Tottenham living, I think. live in the council estates and the hustlers, man. They do with illegal hustling. They're the thieves. But you know, no one is stopping them though. That's why they're able to be successful. Because you know why? No one is watching them. So like everyone.
Nah, and that doesn't make sense. So what David McNee's saying that in the statistics we overrepresented, like there was so much of us, when that doesn't make sense because black people are 3% in the UK now. So back then we would have been less.
That's right.
So how can less than 3% overrepresent all of the robberies and the thefts?
Listen, the police force is racist, man. So all I say, it's all I can say, man. You're not gonna tell me in Brum, Manny, everywhere where we are, you got to apply these laws, man, because black people can't behave, man. Anyway, drop that. Give me suck the other one. I need help in this one. The Wisdom Salon one. Let us oppress the poor, righteous man. So give me Wisdom Solomon 4:1.
Yeah. Sounds wisdom.
If you could have one, go on UK page. The last thing uploaded. Get ready to share that as well. It's a picture. You got a pocket phone?
1 second. No, it is Wisdom of Solomon.
Sorry, 2-in-1, Baba Kushar.
God. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2, verse 1. For the ungodly says, reasoning with themselves, but
This
not.
is what the ungodly say, reasoning among themselves. Among themselves. What's that called today, man? That's your House of Parliament meetings, man. That's your EU meeting. This is the ungodly, the oppressor, man. The people that say it's okay to eat pork, man, and put it on the shelves of Tesco, put it on the shelves of Asda. The people that say it's okay for a man to marry another man. It's a God-given right. Go marry, man. Go be happy. This is the ungodly. This is what they say amongst themselves, man. When they're sitting in their meetings, when they're in the 10 Downing Street, House of Lords and House of Commons and, you know, Buckingham Palace, whatever the case may be, man. This is what they say amongst themselves. Keep it in.
God. But not aright.
But not right. This is what they discuss amongst themselves. But what they discuss ain't right. It's not the right thing, man. A right comes from the word upright, man. It's not the correct thing to do. Keep it in.
God. Our life is short and tedious.
And this is what they say. They say, listen, life is short, man. Life is short, man. The Bible teaches you against that. The Bible teaches you, come on. The Bible teaches you to have a good name, man. Have a good name, have a good reputation. Our person goes, nah, life's short, man. Just living life crazy, steal, rob, kill. Listen, you won't be here for long, man. When the Bible says your name lives forever, man. Be a man of good reputation. In the Bible, there was a man that was old, man. And they said, listen, we'll kill you if you don't eat pork. And this man said, you know what? I've made it to 70, man. I've made it to 70 years old. I come so far, I might as well keep my name and die, man. Now the oppressor will say, well, you might as well. Listen, you're gonna die. You might as well just go out there and live your life. That's how they think. They got a saying called YOLO. You only live once. And that's why they pollute the air, man. That's why they pollute the sea. That's why they make animals extinct, because they see it as well. I won't be here. Listen, I won't be here. When we black men, we're meant to be upright, standing people, man. People have good reputation, man. That's why Esau sold his birthright. Because why he said, I'm gonna die anyway. What point is that, man? Where's your integrity, man? Where's your integrity, man? They say I'm supposed to anyway, so let me just die and do this. You're supposed to, I don't care, man. I'm not doing that. I want to go in the grave and people say, Crawford, that was a good man, you know. My wife came on to him and he pushed her off and said, listen, that's not gonna happen, man. Them things live forever, man. You want to be known for life as, yo, your great grandchildren say, yeah, my granddad did this. My granddad was on the street corner. My granddad is the reason why the kingdom is here today. Because he went out on the street corners and he went against drug dealers and the police and his own family to bring forth his kingdom, man. That's the name you want, man. Or you can be like the wicked and say, well, you only live once. Let me celebrate Christmas and Easter, man, because boy, the truth's too hard for me, man. It's too much. You make more enemies when you're fighting against Christmas. Too much enemy. You make more enemies fighting against the oppressor and this and that. It's easier just to comply, man. You can do that, man. That's how the wicked think. That's how the white man feels, man. And he tells us to think the exact same way. And that's why brothers sell drugs. Why? They don't care who to step on. I gotta get this Benz, man. I'm living for today. I gotta get this Benz and this and that. Listen, my kid needs nappies, man. Because they're living for today. And that's the behavior we've picked up, learning from these oppressors, man. Keep it in.
Right. God. and in the death of a man, there is no remedy.
And there's no death. We're all gonna die. Remedy's like a cure. You get the remedy, you get the cure. Saying there's no remedy for death. Everyone gonna die. So boy, you might as well just live life to the fullest, man. Might as well, man. Try everything, eat everything, rob, steal, kill. Because listen, we all gotta die one day, man. I'm trying to experience it all before I go. You know what they're saying? So like, I keep reading.
God, neither was there any man known to have returned from the grave.
And they go, listen, who do you know that died and came again? No one does, man. So that's why, boy, listen, you got one life to live, man. Your lifespan's like 0 to about 60, man. Make sure you get it in, man. Make sure you get it in. Try it all. Try every drug, sniff every drug, rob, cheat who you got to cheat because, boy, you won't get a chance again, man. Right. That girl got a man, but this is your opportunity, man. Get in there because the opportunity won't come again. When are you going to get hot like that again, man? You better go for it, man. Keep it in.
Verse 2. For we are born at all adventure, and we shall be hereafter as though we had never been.
And they go, listen, it's gonna be like we're never here in the first place. One day we're gonna die, and people are gonna forget about us. And it's gonna be like we've never been here in the first place. Nobody's gonna remember us, and think about us or care about us. We're gonna be gone. So y'all, let's get it in, man. Let's get the ball rolling. Keep it in.
Okay. For the breath in our nostril is a smoke and a little spark in the moving.
Like a spark. A spark's little. You get a lighter, you get a little flick. It's a little spark. That's our life. We here 1 minute, then we're gone the next, man. Keep it in.
God. And a little sparks in the moving of our heart. Verse 3. Which being extinguished, our body shall be turned into ashes.
And they say our heart is like a spark. And when you extinguish that spark, we're dead. Our body turns to ashes, man. I mean, our life is small anyway. And when you take away that little spark, we're gone. Keep it in.
And our spirit shall vanish as the soft air. Verse 4.
So give me verse 6.
Verse 6. Come on, therefore, let us enjoy good things that are present, and let us speedily use creatures like as in youth.
And that's what they say. They sit around and go, you know what? Because we don't live long, let's live life deliciously. Let's use all the creatures, man. Let's take all of God's oil. Let's go to Iraq and bomb Iraq and steal their oil, man. Steal their gold. Let's use God's creatures, man. Let's eat the horse, ride the horse, have sex with the horse. Let's live. Let's use all the creatures, man. Let's take all the fish out of the ocean and call it bird's eye fish fingers and bird's eye cod and tell people that they have to buy our fish else they can't get no fish. And now guess what? There's no fish in the ocean, man. Back in the day, a fisherman would go out there, catch fish, man, a decent amount in a net, man. And that would give the ocean enough time to make more fish. Not today. The white man puts his big net out there. It goes out on his big ship. The ship has a radar turreted, and you can see where the bulk of fish are. And he takes every single fish out of the ocean, every last one, not a fish remaining, man. And the package it up, and it becomes what? Bird's eye fish fingers, man. Bird's eye fish nuggets. What else we got? Fish cod. And it ends up on your shelf in Tesco, man. Every last one, man. And now guess what? There's hardly anything left. There's a drought now, man. Drought now, man. Guess what? He makes millions, man. He ships that to France and Germany and England, and it ends up on your shelf, man. In Asda and Tesco and, some cases, Nettles, whatever the case may be. Slakia, I know what you're thinking, right? You're thinking, did Kraft just run that childish joke about Nettles? Slakia, man. At the childish moment. Keep it in.
Okay, verse 7. Let us fill ourselves with costly wine.
That's what they do, man. They use all the creatures of the Lord, man, for their own gain. You think that listen, we need the air to breathe, and they're like, fuck it, let's pollute it, man, because we gotta make these spaceships and spacecrafts to go to space, but no one else out there, and they're polluting the air that they gotta breathe, man.
Right.
You think that they'll leave some oil in the ground so it will lubricate the globe when it spins, man? Like, nah, I need the oil, man. I need that fossil fuel to get this Lamborghini working, man. But it causes earthquakes. They're like, I'm trying to live delicious, man. I'm trying to live good. You'd be like, why are you wiping on the rainforest, man? There's not a tree left in the rainforest. We need this to have oxygen to breathe, man. Listen, I got a paper company, man. All this wood here, you know, listen, I got a paper company that, listen, you know what I mean? The clean the rainforest out clean, man. And all the animals in the rainforest got no place to live. Then they die. Then they become extinct. And the koala bear dies. And all these animals are extinct. Why? Because the white man got a paper company, man. He got a multi-billion industry paper company where he sells paper. And he got to make money, man. You think he'll say, well, I need this, the earth, my grandchildren need it when I'm gone. He don't care, man. He uses the creatures of God for his own good, man. Just to live deliciously. And that's how these oppressors think, man. Let me get to the point anyway. Else I'll be here too long. Give me verse 10. This is what they say. Verse 10.
Verse 10. Let us oppress the poor righteous man.
And that's what they say, man. Let us oppress them black people, man. We're the ones that are supposed to be righteous, man. But because of slavery, because we want to be white, now we ain't righteous no more. Right. But we're the ones who the Bible calls righteous, and they say, let's oppress that, man. Let's make something called the SOS law, man. Let's give him minimum wage, man. Let's make a public that says no blacks, no dogs, no Irish, man. Let's oppress this poor black man right here, man. Let's make something called child support, man. So when him and his woman have a tiff, she can pick up the phone and call child support. We call it child support, man. So the title sounds like, yeah, let's support children. But these same people gun down black kids in the street, man. What do they care about black kids, man?
Right.
These same people had black babies cutting cane in Jamaica, man. They didn't care how old it was. These same people will rip a black baby from his mom's breast and sell him to Mr. Gordon down the lane, man. Since when did they care about kids, man? All of a sudden, we care about the maintenance. In England, they call it what? CSA. We care about the maintenance of the child. They call it Child Maintenance Agency. See, from when? From when you killed Mark Duggan and left his son fatherless, man. Left his son fatherless. You didn't care about him. You wrestled Rashawn Charles to the ground, a man half your size, and stuck your two nasty fingers in his throat, man.
Right.
Like you're some surgeon or something. Like you're some surgeon. If anyone swallows anything, you can't get it out. It's impossible to get it out, man. What are you going to do? Put your hand down his throat and grab it out from his intestines. But for some reason, this policeman thought he could put his hand down a man's throat and get something that a man digested out of his belly. Ridiculous. And listen, I'm not a doctor, and I could tell you that, man. Even in the airport, they give you an x-ray first. They make you pass it out, man. Don't put their fingers down your throat. This man didn't care about children then. Not only was Rashawn Charles a child, Rashawn Charles had a child as well, man. At the age of 16. Did he care about him? No, he didn't, man. Didn't give a damn about him. Now they want to make it like they care about black people. Listen, they make laws to oppress black people, man. That's in the Bible. Right. They make laws to oppress black people, to make our life hard on purpose, man. They put it in writing. They talk about it. Listen, they're talking about it here. The Bible says when they're among themselves, they talk about oppressing black people. And what did they talk about in the House of Parliament amongst themselves? The SOS laws. Trident. We need Operation Trident on the streets, man. We need gangbusters, man. We need more police. We need more police. What you need is more police that can stop terrorism, man. Else, Lee Rigby might be alive. But you're so busy bothering black people, you didn't have enough police, man. You're so busy bothering black people, you ain't got enough, what's it called, respirators to help your elderly. You ain't got enough Pfizer vaccines, man, for your elderly in England. You know why? But guess what you do have? Enough police to oppress black people. That's what you do have. Read that part again.
Khan. Let us oppress the poor righteous man.
And they want to oppress the poor black man. Poor as it is, you want to oppress the poor black man, living, got kids to feed and mouths to feed, working a dead-end job. And on top of that, you want to pull us over, man. Yo, Derboy, what you doing here? You smell weed on here, You got license, insurance. Ring your license and insurance, man. That's what you want to do to us on top of the oppression we got already, man. Give me that the article real quick that I asked for, Bob Kishar. This oppression is still here today in 2021, man. I'm gonna show you in England today, man.
Yeah.
And to that point, read that for me, man. In 2021, they're still making laws to oppress black people. Read that for me, Baba Kishar.
Let us oppress the poor righteous man.
All right, now
Let-
read what you see on the screen.
Salakia. Oh, read on there. Oh, Salakia.
Can you see it now?
Hairdressers
Go
from
on.
that one, yeah?
Go on.
God. Hairdressers told to avoid long treatment such as braids and hair extensions by government.
And look at that, man. The government said, okay, we're going to relax the laws and we're going to allow barbershops to open, but not black ones, though. No, you black people, though. No. You can drink outside now in a pub. The line for Primark was round the corner. Round the corner, everybody came at their house to go into one place and spread their COVID, and the government had no problem with that, man. But black man, you can't go get your hair braided, man. That's against the law. Because you know, you can get a trim. You can go to Primark. I saw thousands of people queuing up, man, for Primark today, man. Someone showed me on Snapchat. I don't suck you, the TikTok video. Someone was, being funny, showing you how long the queue was, and the queue was long. And all them people come from their houses. All their people cross paths, spread COVID-19. But black man, don't you get no braids though? And the reason why you can't get braids, this is the excuse because it takes too long. What the fuck do you know, man? Right. When last you got braids, man? How? What do you know about braids, man? How do you know how long braids take? You don't know a damn thing, man. Well, guess what? Black people have braids, man. And what do they do? They make laws to oppress black people. What's this? This is a law. Black people should avoid from having braids, man. And guess what? They got fines for anyone that wants to get braids, man. They got fines for anybody that wants to get their hair braided, man. So that means barbershops can open, but that black hair salon, she can't open. Ain't that some shit? So that means the white man's one can open. What Asians don't braid. White people don't braid. So their hair salon can open. Right. But the black woman who got a hair shop, what's it called? What is it called? Nappy cuts or, Sandra's boutique. She can't open, man. Right. They got laws to keep you from making money, man. And that's how it's always been, man. Got that. Let me keep reading.
Let us not spare the widow.
And they don't spare the widow. The woman neither. The black woman thinks that the white man's on their side because he gives her a bit of child support and he gives her a bit of benefits, man. Even you don't care about, man.
And
you don't care about. Slakia, go on.
Slakia, the one. I'm sorry to cut you, but yeah, they're just using the black woman as a tool to destroy the black man, and that's all they're using it for, man. Nothing else.
Right. That's right. Commander YAHANNA, I'm glad you said that. Commander YAHANNA said the same thing. The black woman thinks that because she gets slightly more benefits than the black man, that we're different. They treat us the same. They give black women better jobs than us. So the black woman thinks, well, see, black man, you gotta get together, man. Go get a job, man. See, I got a job. You can go out there and go do it, man. She gets a bit of benefits from him. She got children. You give a bit of money, but he hates you nonetheless, man. He hates you nonetheless. That's why he kills your children and leaves you barren, man. Kills your children in the streets. He don't care about that's a black woman's child, man. He locks them up, man. He locks them up. A pregnant black woman was wrestled by the police to the ground, man. Don't make the little benefits make you think that he hates black men but loves us. He don't give a damn. Even the child support that he gives you in England is pennies, man. Takes pennies from you.
And
so go on.
If I may, it's very, very imperative that the black families is together, man. And if you're gonna get rid of the black man just to get them pennies, as you just said, it's you're destroying a whole nation and race of strong black men, completely wiping them out. Also, you're raising them to give them over to the oppressor, because it's gonna be in no time they're gonna be selling drugs and up to no good, because there's no strong leaders or no black leaders, no black men there to guide them in the right path. But they're gonna turn to, man, drugs and crime, and then they're gonna get locked up by the same oppressor that told you to get rid of that black man in the first damn place, man. So that's destroying our nation, man.
That's absolutely right, man. If you're a black man, listen, don't get played by no oppressor, man. You got a black man, you serve that black man, man. I don't care how bad it sounds. Listen, how do you know you're supposed to serve that black man? You listen to the oppressor and you kick your black man out the house because he got another woman, or because he might not work or whatever. You think he's worthless, I'm getting rid of him. And when your children become out, turn out to be drug dealers and whores, who do you call that same black man? You call that same black man. It shows what you need him, man. You need him. Your oppressor was so great. Why couldn't he fix them children? You kick that black man out the house, and when your kids are rude, when your kids are in jail, who do you call, man? You call that same man you kicked at the house and tell him, come get these kids, man. Come fix them up. They don't listen to me. Maybe they'll listen to you. Maybe they need a strong man in their life because I can't do it. I can't raise no man. And does the oppressor, the same man you went to for help, does he help raise him to become a man? No. He throws him in jail.
Right.
He throws him in jail. He told you don't listen to that black man. He's not good for them kids. And you listened. And then when them kids become a menace to society, he locks them up. He beats them around. He chases them around the ends, man, and goes upside their head with a baton, man. I'm not sure they still call it the truncheon. Got the baton with the truncheon. Lick them with the truncheon, man. So maybe you should keep that black man in the house to be hard on them kids, so that them kids don't end up like Rashawn Charles, man. Think about that. That's what I'm saying. It's okay, you say something?
Yeah. Just on the back of the last thing, to oppress the poor righteous man. Imagine this: rich white people, they don't have their hair cane rolled at all. Those hairstyles are unknown to them. In the rich world, that is unknown. But to show how much they hate us, they ban something that in their eyes doesn't even exist.
That's right.
They rather ban something that they're not even around. So imagine that you don't know about it, but you hate the people that much, you would just ban it anyway.
I like what the sister said online, Danica said online. The virus don't care about how long it takes, man. You could bump into a man who got COVID-19 and he'll give you COVID-19 in a second, man. Or you could be running a man for 10 minutes. The virus ain't running on no tight schedule, man. The virus don't have no watch, man. The virus don't care. If you come into contact with someone with COVID-19 and your immune system ain't strong enough to fight it off, you're going to get it, man. Because long hairstyles like braids. Like, the virus does not have a watch. It doesn't have a schedule. It doesn't have a diary. The diary don't care. The virus don't care about braids or anything. The virus don't differentiate between shopping and braiding hair, man. It don't differentiate with short back and size and a fade and braids. It don't care. The virus, man. So that's how you know you're just talking nonsense, man. Slack, if you could keep reading, please, Baba Kushar.
Salakia. No, reverence the ancient gray hairs of the aged.
And they don't care about the ancient either. That's why they sent back the Windrush generation. No one goes, oh, no, that's the old man. Come on, they're elder. You can't do that to them, man. Meanwhile, the Romanian man, they can't send him home. Even after Brexit, I don't know what the problem is. He come over here in the back of a lorry and he's here getting benefits and everything and getting all types of benefits and a free house and the government. Meanwhile, Paulette Wilson's dead, man. She was sent back to Jamaica on the first charter flight, man. They don't care about our elderly. They say, can you produce a passport? No, we got to go. Meanwhile, people from Somalia, they're like, yeah, man, we got to accept refugees, man. It's the right thing to do. Listen, there's bombs in the country, man. So accept them over, man. It's the right thing to do, man. You can't do that, man. That's just morally wrong. But it's not morally wrong to send back an old black man to a country he's never seen since he was 2 years old. So like, yeah. I saw a black man with a passport as well, that worked in England and put money in England with his taxes. So like, yeah. But a Romanian man who never put a penny in England, his forefathers didn't pick cotton for England, didn't cut cane for England, he can stay. In fact, not only can he stay, he takes money from the country, ain't put a penny in, but Paulette Wilson put money in the country from she was what, 16? From the first time she was allowed to work. Not only her mom did, not only her grandparents did, not only her great-grandparents did, but this Romanian man with no ties to England can take money from England and live in an accommodation, heating, get vouchers for food too? Vouch, all of that, man. Again, they make laws to oppress black people. The whole Windrush scandal was a law. It was a law. Right. In the House of Parliament, they sat down and said, yeah, man, let's deport these niggas, man. Right. You know, the Windrush don't have a passport, so they can't produce one. Send them home. Yeah, that's right, man. Get these charter flights ready. Last time I checked, Britain was in a financial crisis, man. But it's mad when it comes to black people, they somehow get to find this money. They get to dig out all this money for planes, and planes run on fuel and pilots, and they pay the pilot, they pay the prison guards to find them. What else? The deportation center to keep them in. There all this money when it comes to black people, man. But yet, all these cuts are getting made for, JSA and what's that one they used to give kids that go college? EMA. All these cuts. But when it comes to black people, they can somehow pull this money out of a hat somewhere, man. Keep it in.
And on count verse 11. Let our strength be the law of justice. For that which is evil.
They don't say let righteousness be the law of justice. Let our strength, man. Our strength. Why? Because we get the power to do so.
Right.
We can send you back to Jamaica. So guess what? We're gonna put it in writing. And what can you do about it, man? That's their justice. That's what justice comes from the word just. The word just means something what's fair, right? They say our strength is justice, man. We come to your country, we're taking oil, and we can do so. You know why? Because we're white. That's what it is. You know what? We can put you in slavery. You know why? Because we're white. According to our law, which is law, mind you, sorry, it was law that a black man was 3/5 of a man. And how? So they was allowed to enslave black people because their law said so. By law, they was doing nothing wrong. By law, it was their law that black people could be slaves. That's why they don't pay black people reparations. With Hitler, they said Hitler was breaking the law, so he got to give Jews reparations. But black people, it was lawful. It was a law that we could skin a black man, rape a black woman, kill a black woman. So yeah, we did nothing wrong. We was acting by the law. And how that law come about? By their strength. They were strong. They were stronger than us, but they had guns and was more military advanced than we were. And that's why they made that law, man, that they could, oppress black people. Keep it in.
Let our strength be the law of justice, for that which is feeble is found to be nothing worth.
Keep it in.
Verse 12. Therefore, let us lie in wait for the righteous.
There you go in the line, wait for us, man. Imagine we're people trying to pay our rent, feed the kids and live our life, man. And we got someone watching us, man. Constantly on our back, making laws about the sus. Talking about, let's make a system where the black woman can take every penny from the black man. Let's deport the elderly. We're just working, man. Poor granny trying to go to the market and buy some fish with a trolley, man. Little does she know, 10 down the street, they're going to send her home. Poor black man is trying to get a record deal, a rap contract. Little do they know, they got Operation Trident, man, ready to put their fingers down his throat and call it a law for killing, man. Right. They lie in wait for us with that deer. What's it called? The deer in the headlights, the scope. They got a scope on us, man. We're trying to live our life, man. We're trying to find some grass, some water. And they're set out for us to kill us, man. Granny's trying to buy 2 pumpkin and some fish from the market, man. And they got laws that, this granny's going back, man. She don't even know it, man. She don't even know it. And these laws are only on black people. That's how we're the righteous the Bible's talking about, man. Because it's not on the Somalians. It's not on the Chinese. It's not on the Eritreans. It's not on the East Indians. It's not on the Pakistanis. It's on us, man. Keep it in. Like a black woman, the lockdown's lifted, man. The black woman's just trying to get a split ends cut, man, and get a nice little box braids and what's the woman have? Box braids and a perm and a little weave done and whatnot, man. And they're like, yeah, go on, you get the weave done, man. I got a fine waiting for you. I got a fine, but slap with a £200 fine. Go on. Lockdown's been lifted, man. Black man got tough head. He been not tough, sorry, rough. It had been rough for all the lockdown, man. Now man wants to get the nice blow dry and a braid and a this and a that and a good braid, and they're like, yeah, man, you go get that, man. We got a fine waiting for you, man. They lie in wait for us, man. Poor black people can't get their hair braided, man. Black man wants to split ends cut. Black man wants the box braids and the little whatever. What's the style nowadays, man? The one that black man wants them baby hairs that we like so much, man. Them baby hairs at the jaw down. Yo, listen, it's like keep going.
Can occur because Slakia. Therefore, let us lie in wait for the righteous, because he is not for our turn.
And not of our turn, because let's lay in wait for him, because he's not of our turn. I mean, he's not of our cause, man. Right. We're people. They want to eat pork. We don't eat pork. They want to be homosexuals. We're like, nah, we're not homosexuals, man.
That's right.
They want to celebrate Easter and all these pagan holidays. We're like, nah, we don't do that, man. And that's why they hate us, man. Right. We that man spoiling all the fun, making them look bad. One thing a sinner don't like is a man making him feel bad. A sinner can't stand it when you're telling him about Christmas. Look, man, I'm trying to get under the tree, man. You're talking about the history, man. You're ruining it, man. And that's how the white man sees us in the I.S.U.P.K. With the people bothering their phone. That's how black people that want to sin see us. They want to go out in the streets and just live a crazy life. And we're saying you can't do that, man. And they hate us, man. Oh, move from here with that garbage, man. Oh, come off our streets, man. We're not for your cause. We're not for your turn. We're not for your cause, man. We're everything. we're against everything that you stand for, and for that reason,
Right.
they hate black people, man.
That's
The part
right.
I want real quick. Let me get the part real quick. 1 second.
I'll read on. Slack the other one. I'll read on. because he is not for our turn, and he is clean, contrary unto our doings.
Slakia. A sister goes, what you say? Boris Johnson realized his own hair is a mess. It is true, man. That's why Boris Johnson is angry at black people going to the hair salon, man. Because he knows his hair needs doing, man. And furthermore, Boris saying that long hairstyles are banned. Listen, Boris, I've seen your hair, man. And that shit's gonna take long, man. That shit ain't gonna be a quick clip and shave, man. It's gonna take long, man. So we might have to give you a fine too, man. So I can drop down to verse 18.
So, verse 18. For if the just man be the son of God,
and they say, see the black people that we oppress, they claim to be the sons of God, man. So if they're the sons of God, come on, let's oppress them then, and let's see if their God will really save them. Keep it in.
God is the son of God. He will help him.
I skip too much, but what they're saying is, if he's the son of God, then let's see if God will really help him then, man. Let's oppress them and, send them back to Jamaica and oppress them and put laws on them. Let's see to God's real, man. Let's see if he will save him, man. And listen, they're playing a dangerous game here, man. They're playing a dangerous game here, man. Have you not heard of COVID-19?
Right.
You want to oppress black people, the Lord will make sure your elderly people can't breathe, man. The Lord will make sure he will cripple your country economically, man. You want to see if God's real? Like, yeah, let's oppress him. And if God's really their father, he'll save him. Let's see, man. Listen, the Lord got more coming, man. COVID-19 was a tip of the iceberg, man. The Lord got more, man. Keep reading.
God. Then he will deliver him and deliver him from the hand of his enemies.
So I skipped too far down, but if you read above, it's saying everything that I said, basically. I'm just saying, well, if this man claims to be sons of God, down the street corners claiming to the sons of God, then let's oppress them, man. Let's kill him and let's see if God really saves him. And listen, God's doing just that, man. You know what I mean? With the COVID-19, man, white people I remember when COVID-19 first came out, man, and every day I was getting a ping on my phone, man, with the update, and every day, man, 300 man dead, 400, 300. The numbers went up and up and up, man. The law was killing their elderly like crazy, man. And guess where our elderly was? It was in Jamaica. I think Jamaica at that time had about 9 deaths of COVID-19, man, and about 20 cases. So our people were safe, man. The Lord, what we thought was a curse was actually a blessing, man. The Lord wiped out the elderly men, had them gasping for air with no respirators, man. Meanwhile, our members in the islands, man, drinking a jelly. You know what's the top one? Drinking a jelly, man. So like, yeah, but yeah, that's the class anyway, man. I'll pass over to Priest, Prophet, Captain of 10,000, Parasha, also for Wala Tuzap1 for reading, man. Tuzap1 has powerful classes in Manchester, man. They get premiered every Saturday and Sunday, every Friday. So like, yeah, man, make sure you watch them classes, man. Like, share, subscribe. You can catch them on Facebook, I.S.U.P.K United Kingdom. You can catch them on YouTube, I.S.U.P.K United Kingdom and One West United Kingdom, man. Tuzap1 be blowing up Manchester. Listen, as soon as lockdown's over, we're going up north, man. Don't watch that. We're going up north. Me myself. Listen, I got some unfinished business with Manchester, man. We're going up north, man. So luck, yeah. You know what I mean? Make sure you watch some classes, like, share, subscribe. You know what I mean? Some powerful precepts. And again, if you're a trooper in the school, man, we've got quite a few young men in the chat, man. You know what I mean? I spit quite a few young men, and you want to learn and whatnot, man. Make sure you watch them classes, man. Watch Zarpan's classes, take notes, man. Save them precepts, keep in your head. Just like today, my class had many precepts, and where did I get them from? From learning. Brothers that were before me, I learned from them, and Tazarpan's a brother before you young men as well, man. So make sure you learn from the precepts, and you need them, man. So with that, for Tazarpan for reading, and yeah, we'll hand over for the prayers and the announcements. Yeah, come on, Carl.
All right, we're gonna give the teacher one courtesy salute. Men of Israel, I'm Madiam. Men of Israel, I'm Madiam Shabbat. I'm Madiam Barak. Yahweh Ba Hashem Yahweh Shai Barak Athar.
Yahweh Ba Hashem Yahweh Shai Barak Athar.
Yad Yamata. Class dismissed.
All right. How much
Stop.
you know?
It was some dog.